Many years ago, in the beautiful city of Lagos, there lived a middle-aged couple named Moye and Lara. Moye and Lara had always dreamed of expanding their family. Life had thrown challenges their way, but their love for each other and their shared dreams kept them strong. Though Lara couldn't have children of her own, she adored Sophia, Moye's 5-year-old daughter from his previous marriage. Sophia was a bright and lively child, with a spirit so radiant that she brought joy to everyone around her. Yet, Lara often felt there was a space in their home, a space they could fill with another child. After months of heartfelt discussions, they decided to pursue adoption. It wasn't an easy decision. They knew it came with its own challenges, but their determination to give a child a loving home outweighed any fears. Before Moye met Lara, his life had been a whirlwind of highs and lows. He had been married to Amanda, a spirited and ambitious woman he met in his late 20s. Their relationship had started as a fairy tale romance, full of laughter, passion, and plans for the future. Amanda was a lawyer, determined to build a thriving career, and Moye was a marketing executive with big dreams of his own. Together, they had seemed unstoppable. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Their first few years of marriage were blissful. When Amanda became pregnant with Sophia, it felt like the culmination of their love story. Moye doted on her throughout the pregnancy, attending every doctor's appointment and reading every parenting book he could find. The day Sophia was born was, in Moye's words, the happiest day of my life. Amanda, however, struggled to adapt to motherhood. She loved Sophia, but the demands of balancing a newborn with her career ambitions left her feeling stretched thin. Moye did his best to support her, taking on more responsibilities at home, but cracks began to form in their relationship. "It's like we're living two different lives," Amanda had confessed one night after Sophia's first birthday. "You're happy playing house, but I feel stuck." Moye had been hurt by her words, but he tried to understand. "Amanda, we can figure this out. Maybe we can hire more help or cut back on work hours." "Cut back," Amanda interrupted, her tone sharp. "Do you know how hard I've worked to get where I am? I can't just stop." The arguments became more frequent after that. Amanda started spending longer hours at work, and Moye often found himself alone with Sophia. He didn't mind, he adored being a father. But the distance between him and Amanda grew unbearable. When Sophia was 2, Amanda dropped a bombshell: she wanted a divorce. "I'm sorry, Moye," she had said, tears streaming down her face. "I love you, but I'm not in love with this life. I can't be the wife and mother you need me to be." Moye had been devastated. He fought for their marriage, but Amanda was resolute. The divorce was finalized a few months later, and they agreed on joint custody of Sophia. One sunny morning, Moye and Lara found themselves standing outside the Green Haven orphanage. The brick building looked welcoming, with colorfully painted by the children lining its walls. Lara clutched Moye's hand tightly, her nerves showing through her shaky grip. "Are we really ready for this?" she whispered. Moye smiled, looking at her face. "If we weren't ready, we wouldn't be here. Let's take this one step at a time." Inside, the director, a kind woman named Mrs. Thompson, greeted them warmly. Her gray-streaked hair framed a face that radiated warmth and compassion. Over the next hour, they went through an interview, answering questions about their family, lifestyle, and reasons for adopting. Mrs. Thompson finally stood, gesturing toward a doorway. "Why don't we meet the children? I think it'll help you decide what you're looking for." Moye and Lara nodded, following her into a brightly lit playroom. The sound of children's laughter filled the air, along with the soft hum of music playing in the background. The room was a mixture of colors, bright rugs, stacks of toys, and walls covered with the children's drawings. Lara's heart ached as she saw children of all ages playing, talking, and working on puzzles. Many of them looked up and smiled, their eyes filled with curiosity. "They are all wonderful," Lara murmured. "How will we ever choose?" Moye nodded, feeling the same pull. They spent the next hour interacting with the children. They helped a group of kids build a puzzle and listened as another group told stories about their favorite superheroes. Each child had a unique spark, and both Moye and Lara felt the weight of the decision pressing down on them. As they were helping a boy stack blocks, Moye suddenly felt a light tap on his shoulder. He turned to see a little girl standing behind him, her wide eyes staring up at him with an intensity that sent a chill down his spine. "Are you my new dad?" the girl asked confidently. "I just feel like you are." Moye froze. For a moment, it felt like time had stopped. Lara, who had been kneeling beside him, looked up, her face pale. The girl standing before them was the spitting image of Sophia. Her round face, almond-shaped eyes, and the small curl of hair falling over her forehead were uncanny. Even the way she tilted her head to the side, waiting for a response, mirrored Sophia's mannerisms. "What's your name?" Moye managed to ask, his voice barely above a whisper. "Emily," the girl said, holding out her hand. Her tiny fingers were delicate but firm, and Moye's eyes widened as he noticed a faint mark on her wrist. It was a birthmark, identical to the one on Sophia's wrist. Lara gasped. "Moye, look, I see it," he whispered. His mind raced, struggling to comprehend the situation. This wasn't just a coincidence. There was something deeper at play. Emily grinned, her face lighting up as if she didn't notice their shock. "I knew you were coming. I told the other kids this morning, but they didn't believe me." "Why did you think we were coming?" Lara asked, her voice trembling. Emily shrugged, her small shoulders rising and falling. "I dreamed about you. You came here to find me." Moye and Lara exchanged stunned glances. They didn't know what to make of Emily's words, but something about her felt right. They spent the rest of their time at the orphanage talking to her. Emily told them about her favorite toys, her love for drawing, and how much she wanted a family. "She's remarkable," Lara said later that evening as they drove home. "It's like she's meant to be with us." Moye nodded, though his mind was still processing everything. That night, they tucked Sophia into bed and couldn't help but notice the striking resemblance between her and Emily. "Do you think it's possible?" Lara asked as they lay in bed. "Could she be related to Sophia?" Moye sighed. "I don't know, but I think we need to find out more about her." The following week, they returned to the orphanage to meet Emily again. Mrs. Thompson provided some background information about her. Emily had been abandoned at the orphanage as a baby, with no records of her parents. She had lived there ever since. "Could we do a DNA test?" Moye asked hesitantly. Mrs. Thompson raised an eyebrow. "That's unusual, but I don't see why not. I'll need your consent and a formal request." Moye and Lara agreed, and over the next few weeks, they went through the process. In the meantime, they continued visiting Emily, growing more attached to her with each meeting. She was bright, curious, and full of life, a perfect fit for their family. Finally, the results came in. Moye and Lara sat nervously in Mrs. Thompson's office as she opened the envelope. "Well," she said, her voice calm but tinged with surprise. "It seems Emily is related to Sophia. She's her sister." Moye felt his heart stop. "Sister? How?" he shouted. Mrs. Thompson nodded. "Yes, the DNA test confirms they share the same father." Moye sat back in his chair, his mind reeling. He hadn't known of any other children from his previous marriage. Was it possible his ex-wife had given birth without telling him? The thought made his stomach churn. Later that evening, Moye called his ex-wife, Amanda. After an awkward conversation, Amanda finally admitted the truth. Yes, she said hesitantly. Emily is your daughter. I didn't know I was pregnant before the divorce. I discovered I was 2 months pregnant shortly after our divorce. I couldn't handle raising her alone alongside my career. I made mistakes. When she was born, I couldn't keep her, so I decided to dump her in front of an orphanage home. I'm sorry. Moye felt a mix of anger, sadness, and relief. He didn't know how to process the revelation, but one thing was clear: Emily was his daughter, and he wouldn't let her stay in the orphanage any longer. Over the next few weeks, Moye and Lara completed the adoption process. The day they brought Emily home was filled with laughter, tears, and joy. Sophia was thrilled to have a little sister, and the two girls bonded instantly. "See," Emily said with a grin as she hugged Moye. "I told you you were my dad." Moye chuckled, his heart full. "You were right, Emily. You were right all along." Their family wasn't conventional, but it was theirs. And in the end, love was all that mattered. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time of watching my video, or you have been watching but have not subscribed to my channel, kindly click the subscribe button, like this video and share to your loved ones.